Why did you come today?
I came today because if everybody had listened to what the women's group was saying, if everybody had listened or learnt from what I had done, then this will not happen today. Nobody will be here today. It will be a different story altogether.
You were on a plane?
Yes, I was on a plane to Nigeria.
Right.
On a British Airways plane to Nigeria, and a man was being deported. He came up with very loud agonizing noise, and he was screaming for more than half an hour.
Right.
He got the British Airways staff covered around where they were trying to treat him or trying to restrain him. He had shackles from his ankle to his waist, and then he was handcuffed as well. He wasn't kept on his seat, he was kept under the seat because there were Group 4 security people who sat down there. And the noise went on for a long time, and all I did was to try and say to them, translate what he was saying in pidgin English to proper English so that they could understand, because the man said he was dying and that people should help him. Everybody all sat down there, they were timid, they were afraid, and they could not say anything. I stood up and I said, the way you're treating that man is not good. He is in pain, he's been screaming for half an hour. The British Airways staff said he was pretending, the people ignored me, and eventually what they did was to take the man off the plane. And they now came with police officers, about 6 of them. They came to throw me off the plane, they hit me against the wall, they made me sit on the floor with my shirt off, they handcuffed me, put me in the boot of the car, in a cage, and they took me off to the station. Took all my money, they said they believe it's proceeds from crime or proceeds for crime, and I missed my journey. And I was treated like a criminal. It took 14 months for us to get justice. And it was all because of the help of the women's group who stood by me because I was vulnerable. I didn't even know what I was doing, but they supported me with the press release, with everything, publicity, the lawyers and everything. It was a very, very expensive process, and it did affect me. But one thing I've done is I am glad that that man did not lose his life on that flight.
Yeah.
If they had
When did that happen?
This happened in 2008, March 27th.
Right. Yeah, so you did get, in the end, what kind of...
No, I didn't get any compensation at all. All I did was because the authorities, British Airways staff, this Group 4 security, they all lied. And I only managed to get myself out of the criminal charges against me. They filed several criminal charges against me, and everything was thrown off 14 months later in court. Up until date, British Airways have not compensated me, the authorities have not compensated me, they've just left me. The press have not listened to this. They take reports, but they never report it. So if they had reported this, this would not happen to this man now, because it's on the same British Airways flight. It's repeating itself. The members of parliament know about this. Jonathan Shaw MP was informed. They wrote a letter to Willie Walsh, the chief executive of British Airways. They all turned deaf ears to it. And this has happened now. This man died. This wouldn't have happened if they had listened, if they had accepted. That's it in a nutshell. They took everybody who sat in the economy of British Airways out. They embossed their ticket and made them travel different ways so that they can scatter evidence. These things are happening. As they did, they took everything off me, took me to the police station, and took all my money off me. I could not make that journey anymore. Okay, afterwards, I was taken to court and they framed me. They said I made the plane unsafe, I was threatening abusive behavior, and we were in and out of court for 14 months with criminal convictions hanging over my head. I couldn't even get a job or anything. This was covered, but it was very, very suppressed. If after 14 months we won the criminal case, British Airways is still there with the criminal, with the civil case. They have refused to budge or do anything. Because what? They're more interested in the profit. Do you know how much it costs to deport somebody from here back to Africa or whatever? It costs a lot of money. They're more interested in the money rather than the human lives. We demand a public inquiry. They did not even do anything. The women from the Crossroads Center really helped us with the press release and everything. Assuming the authorities in charge that listen to us, will Jimmy have died? No. Will Jimmy have died? No. Will all of us be here today? No. Now they did not listen to us.
What they did was to suppress everything, including some of the press, because they came to Jimmy's life meant nothing to them. Because many more people will die if we don't have a public inquiry. How many of you have heard of the Stephen Lawrence public inquiry? We demand something like that, something of that magnitude. It is very important.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.